Hello, YouTube. This is an alcohol review of Captain Morgan Private Stock. I could have sworn I had done this in the past, but I couldn't find it in the records. So let's hope that is correct. If not, then just take it as an update review and we'll move on. The bottle, very nicely done with some blazons on it, I guess you call it, impressions of the logo, of the name, of the logo and the name. According to the label, 750ml bottle, 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume, produced by the Captain Morgan Company. Fine Caribbean aged rum with spice and other natural flavors. Always be warned when they say other natural flavors. Makes you kind of wonder what it is. And it says in terribly small print. It says here, Captain Morgan Private Stock, a liquid treasure from the captain's finest reserves of Caribbean rum and exotic island spice. A tribute to 300 years of rum making tradition. This super premium blend is aged in traditionally handcrafted barrels to bring out a smooth velvet texture and rich golden color. Produced by Captain Morgan Rum, Norfolk, Connecticut. Finished and bottled in the United States. Connecticut. I'm always amazed. For laughs, which you guys need, well, I shouldn't say need to do. For laughs, and you just have to have a little bit of time on your hands, read where it's from, especially if it's rum. I've had rum from actual Caribbean to Kansas to Connecticut. Places where you're going, they even have boats there? Let alone rum? I mean, I understand that rum you get from sugarcane. Sugarcane is a grass. Grass can be grown practically anywhere. As a matter of fact, you have to be careful because in some cases it's an invasive species. But, seriously? Alright, we have a nice wooden cap. Tends to match a little bit of the color of the rum. It is a synthetic cork. That's about right. It's a fancy schmancy bottle. So packaging is nice. It is a deep caramel color. You can smell it all the way over here. Whew, tell you. It tears up hardly at all. I see a little. I'm just not quite getting the light right. There we are. Yeah, it tears up fairly quick. Moderately quick. Moderately well. Middle of the road well. How's that? Middle of the road? I get a real wonderful rum smell. Sugar, almost like a, what is it? A icing? Then I get that ethanol falling right behind it. So I think white icing with orange and vanilla right behind it. And then right behind it is ethanol. A hint of a burn. I got a crosswind and it's blowing the smell away from me. So I'm trying to get as well as I can on this. It's about fading out right there. But there is a hint of burn. So, we'll see. Now that is not at all what I expected. That is nothing what I expected. It's even further away from my expectations. I expected, to be honest, a white icing with vanilla, a bit of banana, the vanilla. Yeah, vanilla, banana, orange. That's what I was thinking of, orange. That sort of thing. That you find in a very nice rum. And then I expected to be hit with a wall of ethanol, which pretty much eliminates all the good flavor that you had, replaces it with this negative flavoring, and then fades off the palate moderately quick. That's not what I'm getting. What I'm getting is a blend of that sugary icing with banana and vanilla, a faint hint of orange, and other kind of fruit flavors that kind of blended in there. Think Fruit Loops. And mixed in with it at the same level is that ethanol, which so you get this bittery chemical flavor at the same level with all this good, wonderful flavors. Very odd. Usually one takes precedence and the other kind of comes in. You get that layered effect. This is not layered. It's almost like everything's been kind of mushed together, and you get clumps of flavor all at the same level. Very peculiar. So like I said, you get this floating bitter chunks in there. The hang time, normally from what I've had of other rums, the hang time of the good flavors out, and then you start getting the negative ethanol flavor that kind of takes over, and it just kind of draws out for about a medium respected amount of time of a spirit. In this case, the both remain true at the same time through the hang time. The other weird part, hold on, is the burn. Usually you get a burn in the center of the tongue, or the back center of the tongue. Every once in a while you get caught off guard by some bourbons and rums and whatever else, in which you'll get a burn on the side of the tongue. This burned on the top of the mouth. Very startling. Not bad, just startling. So that burn didn't last very long. There's not like any real taste buds on the top of the mouth. If there is, I'd be surprised to know, but I could have sworn there was a burn at the roof of the mouth. And it faded fairly quickly. The rest of the burns that you get from the alcohol was actually on the tongue, roughly the sides, and it faded out in a bit of a flash. And now my tongue is acclimated to these light little burns that you don't get it at all. Well, this is terribly disappointing, because I honestly thought, I've had the other Captain Morgans. They're great mixing cocktails. I don't think this would be. I think this is a good standalone sipper. I was going to go and drop this into some of my favorite colas and rock and roll from there to help drain the bottle and have something nice and new for you guys next week. But apparently not. Well, I have a few things up my sleeve for next week, possibly the week after that. So it'll justify the slow sipping away of this Captain Morgan private stock. Is it a favorite rum? Oh, this is a great. No, it is a good rum. I would give it second or third place of all the rums I've had. There's one that's just so so wonderful, and sadly, I can't buy it in my area anymore. And not a surprise. I live in the armpit of the empire, so not a shock I can't get the good stuff anymore. But this isn't bad. This is a nice way of celebrating the end of the day. It's got the chops to last through winter. It's got light enough and short enough hang time to go through summer. Maybe a little heavy on the flavor, but I'm willing to bet a nice cool summer evening would be the way to go. Yeah, once your tongue acclimates, it becomes very tasty. Give it a try. See what you guys think. This is Captain Morgan, private stock. Dun, dun. Any comments about the particular product down below will be warmly accepted as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it yourself, and do a review on the YouTube for the rest of us in the YouTube spirit community, and let us know your thoughts about this particular product. Until, as I hold an empty glass, until next time, keep on drinking.